Sutton United, the National League, are through to the last 16 of the FA Cup. No longer English football's perennial non-league club. A 123-year crescendo reaches a new peak for Sutton United, who are promoted to the Football League for the first time.
Hello and welcome to the Sutton United Talk Time on podcast, the Sunday service. I do have a couple of guests with me today, but first I'm going to do a couple of quick apologies. For the first time ever, last time I promoted the following podcast with telling you who was on, and then we had a bit of a scheduling conflict, and unfortunately Sol couldn't do it. It's disappointing for me, but he couldn't do it because he was mega busy, so you can't actually be too disappointed that someone's doing really, really well and they're getting lots more work than they thought they had. And secondly, I have watched Good Morning Vietnam this week. So if I start going into Robin Williams mode, please forgive me. It won't be as funny, but I might have the annoying voice. But joining me today, backed by popular demand, is Gabrielle. Hello, Gabrielle. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. And you?
Very well, thank you. And I don't mean this funny, but especially delighted to be joined by Paul Chalmers, considering the conversation we had yesterday. How are you, PC?
I'm good. As I said, it's been a long week, and it was a bit further back than usual in the brain.
It was a lovely moment where Paul sort of turned around and said, "Oh, who have you got on tomorrow?" And my face just kind of went, "You."
So I answered for you, though. I did answer for you. It came
you did,
you
did answer for me, and you remembered the time as well. So that it was definitely there.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't forget you can join in the chat across the socials at Sutton Podcast, and especially on YouTube, where I'm still desperate for subscribers so I can change the actual channel's name. So if anyone listens, please subscribe. I think you can probably unsubscribe afterwards. So once I've changed it. But let's crack on. Yesterday, that was fun, wasn't it? How did we enjoy yesterday? Gabrielle, let's go with you.
Well, I think nobody expected to have two consecutive relaxed wins. That's for sure. We didn't see many this season at GGL. I think it was basically another two, if we count Mansfield game, which was settled like 20 minutes before the end, and Carlisle 4-0. Those were the only relaxed wins that we had at home in this season. So we didn't expect to have back-to-back easy wins, for sure.
Well, I think I was standing next to Paul, and I think even with 20 minutes or so to go, we were still going, "Oh, you know what? If they get one here."
Yeah.
Pessimists.
yeah. Realists.
I think it was a really good game, maybe one of the best games we've had in this season, because they only had that chance at 0-0 when the Richie had, after a free kick, I think, Richie had headed the ball in the middle of our area and he kicked it over the bar. But besides that, they didn't actually had a real chance to score, while we could have scored about 8 if we count Bugil's and Bennett's headers in the first half, and Boldevin's chance to score the third, and Ben Goodlife that was denied by the keeper. So
it was a good save, that one.
Yeah. I think Rob had another free kick as well. That was a good save.
Yeah.
I think that was in the first half, and we said at the time it was a good height for the keeper, but it was another good save.
And when I looked actually at the possession figures, because I'm passionate about statistics, I saw that Rochdale had 34% possession, so 2/3 basically. But yet we had 8-1 the main chances, main opportunities.
The other way around, I think we had 34%. They had more than us.
Yeah.
That's one of the points I was going to say. Actually, is there's been a few teams that seem to play the tippy tappy football for no benefit. What's the point? I mean, Paul, we've been watching a long time.
were they? They had a lot of possession, but they didn't seem to do anything really with the ball.
No.
You know, say they knocked it about nicely, but not really in any of the dangerous areas. Yeah, I didn't think they were that great at all. To be honest with you, they didn't. You know, it was quite an easy victory. I can agree with everyone with that. Definitely. Mm.
Well, it was a funny one because they obviously you got league position, and that doesn't lie, especially at this time of the season.
Mm.
But we've all been watching football for long enough to know that that's not always how you can judge a game.
No.
In fact, I used to almost ban people from looking at league positions when we played five-a-side. It was like, don't look at the league table, I'll tell you what to worry about.
Yeah.
But they've apparently had a good record against teams at the top, according to Tony and Matt, and yet they just dispatched with aplomb, if you like. It was a very professional performance.
Yeah, definitely.
It was a strange one because you kind of run out of things to say on it.
Yeah,
you win 3-0, like, oh, that's it, job done. I had someone say to me as we left, oh, I kind of missed the tension of those last-minute winners.
How can you say such a thing?
Yeah.
Wash your mouth out with soap and water, man or woman.
Mike Hart can't take all that.
Enzio had a great game, though. I mean, Enzio just, the confidence that it gave him, and his first 2 goals for the club were amazing.
Big problem for Matt.
Yeah,
he obviously took Will out of the side to rest him for a big game Wednesday. Enzio,
Tuesday. Don't go on Wednesday.
Not Wednesday, Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. I cannot tell you how many times I've checked everything that it's Tuesday. I've got Enzio coming in as a bit of a placeholder, maybe just to like, go on, you have a run out, and then he goes and scores 2 goals as well.
4 goals. So 4 goals in 2 games from left wing.
From the left wing. Yeah, and 2 goals and 2 goals from right back as well.
Yeah,
I know it's 3 and 3, but the last 2 games, watching those, just mental, really.
It'd be nice if that freed up Dave a little bit. If they suddenly think, oh, the left side's a side they've got to worry about now, and they won't sort of double up and over compensate, covering Dave, give him a bit more.
I think that's what's causing it, though, is because of Dave, he is being doubled up on, which is leaving space elsewhere.
But let them keep doing that. If we can score that many goals from the left.
But he's still beating his players as well. I know he needs to stay with us and have that final ball, which is the only little thing that lets him down a little bit. Yeah. But he still, yesterday, was beating 2-3 players. There was one moment where he beat 2, turned around, ran back again, and then beat one of them again. What are you doing? But I've mentioned him as being a player that, not necessarily to look out for, I said, but you could, when he gets on the ball, you'll have the whole ground sitting up and watching. How impressive has he been with you, Gabriel? Have you like watching Dave Ajaboy? David?
Yeah. Up until a month ago, I would have said that he was the most important from far from our team, especially on the offensive side. The last month, he wasn't up to, I don't know, the performances that he had against Newport, for example. We would have expected that to continue. But he's still a very good player. The problem is that the opposition is taking special measures to block him. That's clear.
Yeah.
You can see sometimes he's surrounded by 3 or 4 defenders. So it's clear that he cannot do. It's still the player in our team that has the most chances, I don't know, to get an offer from another club, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because he can make a difference. He can.
And as I was saying, he's exciting to watch. He gets everyone on their feet, on the edge of their seats. But other good news, Harry had a full 90, really. He came on after 10 minutes, but there was 5 added and 5 added, so almost a full 90 for Harry. Obviously not good news for Kenny hobbling off, but the report afterwards was it's a precaution. Once we've had someone who could come on, we kind of went, well, let's not take the risk. But yeah, it's good to see Harry running around again and not not knocking in an own goal. Thanks, H.
I missed it last week, so I didn't get to see that. But yeah.
Do you know what? It was 4-0 at the time, and you're like, oh, you know what? If we're going to score an own goal, we'll have one of the more senior players getting it who's not going to bother. He's not going to be too downhearted with it.
He was his usual tenacious self, though, everywhere around the field, wasn't he? You know, it's like a new signing, as we've said, isn't it? Almost.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting everyone back for the run-in, which is going to be huge for us. I think Tance is a couple of weeks away.
I heard that, yeah.
But even with that, another new signing, if you like, coming off the bench for our first academy player as a Football League club coming off the bench. I know it was only a short little burst. I've never actually seen him play before, but I've heard various things about him. What were your impressions of Killian?
Me? Yeah. Yeah, strong. Looks strong, didn't he? Quick. Fantastic work, from Marlon and Ricky and all the team down there. I'm sure there's plenty of other players who are going to sort of make their way through. And just seeing Killian getting his chance has got to inspire them and think that, you know, work hard, keep going. You know, you could make it as a professional footballer at our club. And, you know, we probably need one or two to come through as well, help with the squad over time as well, you know, in the next couple of years maybe. So it'll be interesting to see. One lad went off to Brighton, I think, didn't he, a couple of months ago? So, you know, got to be a positive as well for all the other academy guys. So I'd like to see him definitely get a go, have an input in the running, and if Tance is out for a bit. It was funny yesterday, wasn't it, with Omar and Richie up front?
Yeah.
That's the first time I think we said that we've seen that. So, but it worked all right. It just meant Richie had to do all the running, didn't it?
Twin Towers, yeah.
Yeah.
And what did you make of Killian, Gabriel?
Well, to look a little bit back a month ago at the end of the transfer period, we had the 4 informed strikers valid at that time, and we let Shaw Silva go. And in hindsight, probably Matt regrets now that he let him go, because we lost 2 of the 4 strikers for the last game at least. And I don't know, Shaw Silva, he started as first 11 there. He scored a goal. Then he was put on the bench, but he still scored another goal one game before. He showed that there. Here he had very few minutes, but there he showed that he still knows where the goal is. So he could have been useful here. But having a young prospect in the team and having him confirm, hopefully, it's also a great option.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I don't think Taz believed me when I was saying that the players called him Mini Dundo, and he thought I was making it up, I think, but it was actually at the manager's evening. Matt had said it, so it wasn't actually insider knowledge or anything. It was just Matt had said it, and I remembered that. But yeah, he looked strong. He didn't look like a young sort of 18, 19-year-old playing his first match. I think there was one occasion he bounced one of the defenders off of him, which very much reminds us of an informed Dundo. But yeah, Toby's done amazingly well up there, actually. He settled in quite nicely. I did see one comment from one of their supporters. I didn't say anything because I just didn't feel the need. But it was like when he was saying, it was a great atmosphere to score a goal in the last minute or so. And they said, oh, you get used to it. You're at a big club now. And I was like, hang on, you bought our 5th choice striker and you're giving it you're a big club. Oh, come on. But anyway, let's move on. But you know, it's a great performance. I just one of those that more of, but less of, because there'll be less for me to talk about. Nice professional job. Yeah. But yeah, we got minutes in the bench. I think Kenny should hopefully not be too bad. I think they said Ali was probably back in contention, but they just decided not to take the risk. Not sure if you mentioned John or not, but again, you've got Joe storming it at right back at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you're going to Matt's going to have a little bit of a selection headache soon, which will be good.
Yeah, need that squad, don't we?
Absolutely.
Coming up.
It's getting to the stage of the season when my old spreadsheet starts coming out, where I start working out the permutations of who's going to do what in the last sort of 10 games. Love it.
Yeah, I was looking a little bit at our fixtures coming up, and yeah, there's, I tried to work out how many points I thought we might get, and I think I was being optimistic because I made it about 20 up.
This season is completely insane. Sutton fans being optimistic.
I know, and it's very unlike me as
well. But on to the big game. So Tuesday. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, I'll very professional as normal. Pod nominations. So your players of the day, not necessarily man of the match, could be for any reason you like, but could I get a short list of 4 players you think deserve a mention? So if I start with you, Gabriel, who
definitely Ezio, after he scored a double, and it's also his very first goals in the whole season.
Mm-hmm.
And I would add to that Beautyman, who had a fine appearance for me. And also, Luis John had some incredible interventions in defense, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the 4th, Bugil is very useful. That was very useful in the last 2 games. He doesn't score. He's not the top scorer. That's clear. But his work is incredible. What he brings for the team. He even had a 30-meter run with the ball at his feet in the first half.
Yes. Paul, who do you think?
Yeah, I think a mention's got to go to Craig Eastman as well. I said at the start of the season, I thought he was going to be a very important player for us. And he's, I think we called it a marauding run for the free kick. He basically ran through about 3 players, didn't he? And then, let's say he won a free kick on the edge of the box for the first goal. He stuck his leg where he needed to for the referee and not be given much of a choice to give the free kick. And I think, solid game as ever.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, a lot of the same names. Enzio, Kizzy, is solid again.
Yeah,
getting forward, doing what fullbacks do now. Yeah. So no, I can't.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I think we can all agree on Enzio. That's clear. I think what I'll do is I'll take your first choice, Gabriel, of Harry Beautyman. I'll take Eastie from you, Paul, and then I'm going to chuck in. It goes opposite to what you were saying, Gabriel, but I'm going to chuck in Richie because he's did a role he's probably not as used to, and got the full 90 in as well. So I think I'll do those 4, and we'll let everyone decide. But yeah, Eastie's free kick was quite immense. Let's be clear, he does not dive.
No, it wasn't a dive at all.
He just makes sure the referee sees that he was fouled.
Yeah,
that's the important distinction there.
It's putting your foot in the right place to get fouled at the right time. Basically,
drawing the foul, and as sorry, Gabriel, but as Magic used to do when it was playing five-a-side, he'd scream ref before the challenge comes in, and the ref turns to see the challenge come in. So I'm going to just quickly introduce Barry from Wigan. He does the Together with Unity podcast, Progress for Unity podcast, sorry. And we had a quick chat earlier on today. So we will play that now. You guys will have to listen to the podcast to hear what's going on there. So that's just going to come in now. And thank you very much to Barry. That was a really good chat. It was a lot more off camera than was on, off audio than was on audio. We promised each other like 10 minutes of each other's time, and we spoke for over an hour this morning. You could probably hear the shopping coming in the background as well, because it went way over. But you guys, I think I might be in the position that I'm not very used to being in, but are either of you making the trip?
No, I can't make it.
No.
Unfortunately, no. I've got prior engagements with the children.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Gabriel, are you going to be going?
No, it's the same situation. I have small children. We take them to school in the morning, and it's quite a difficult process because they oppose to that somehow. Early morning.
This has got to be a first on the show, an away match that I'm the only one going to.
I actually have been to only 2 away games, and those were in London. The FA Cup game and the Leeton away.
Yeah. So I've only done one more than that, Crawley, and that's because friend lives over.
I've done plenty. I went to Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
I've done a few, but can't do this one, unfortunately. As much as
I'm going to just revel in the moment. I'm the only one making the trip on Tuesday. We had a bit of a chat earlier, and I think some of this will be doubly handling. But what do you guys think? I mean, I had to admit I don't know an awful lot about Wigan, other than they were in the Premier League not that long ago, and they won the FA Cup the year I got married. But other than that, I don't know a lot about them. I didn't even realise they were in administration last year. I also, Gabriel, you wouldn't necessarily know this, but I didn't realise that Curly had ended up playing for him, Paul Rogers.
Scored the winner against Millwall, didn't he? In
that was mentioned. Yeah, that was definitely mentioned. And when he sort of said it, I was kind of like, did he? Well, I have to admit that back then we didn't have the internet to keep tabs on everyone. Now I know a few people do keep tabs on everyone, but I just kind of left us to go to Sheffield United, and that was it, really. But yeah, he had a big, long professional career. But they are struggling. They're flying high. They've got games in hand. I saw 2 in hand against Rotherham, but Barry pointed out that actually they've got 4 or 5 games in hand on lots of other teams around them, which again brings other problems of fitting those games in. He said they're already playing Tuesday, Saturday. He said so at some point they might have to start playing 3 times a week. So what he was wondering is what kind of team they're going to put out. Good for me because I quite like him, but bad for the team. Apparently James McLean won't be suspended because this competition is counted differently. And as soon as I sort of heard that, I do remember Eastie was available to play against Harrogate for a similar reason anyway. But what do you guys think? If I start with you, Gabriel, what do you think? How's it going to go? Do you know anything about Wigan? I don't.
I watched this morning the extended highlights of the game against Wimbledon. They didn't put up a very good game against a team that we all know that struggles a lot in the last 2 months. They haven't had a victory since December, Wimbledon. They were trying a lot of long-distance shots from outside the area. And the goal came from a shot of outside the area, which was dropped in front by Nick Tsanev. I don't know. It's clear that being second in the League One, it's much better than being third in the League Two. There's one full league difference between them, and it's clear that Sutton are the underdogs. On the other hand, it's clear that we're going into the match confident, with a good morale after the 2 consecutive wins. So I don't know. There's a good chance for us.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Paul, don't know. Anything could happen. You know, we've done all right in cup competitions generally, haven't we? I'm going to say something that might surprise you again, Mike. I've done a little bit of research.
Hey.
I was just curious what sort of side they were putting out in the Papa John's Trophy. So I looked back and I had a look at their side against Arsenal, and they did make quite a lot of changes when they beat Arsenal. But the game previous to that, they beat Oldham 6-0, I think it was, and they pretty much went full strength. So it's going to be I'd expect they will probably go sort of half and half with some strength on the bench if they need it. But how can you predict what's going to happen in this game? It could go. It's the top of the coin, really, isn't it? I know they're the league above, and they should have a lot more quality than us. But we've got a lot of fight and a lot of. We're a very tenacious team, and we are certainly going to be going into that game thinking we've got a chance. No doubt about it.
Barry was saying that there's 3 players suspended, 3 first team players, so he feels that they'll probably play all of those just to give them the run out. But they've got 6 or 7 injuries across the squad, which is going to deplete them. He said if they play the strongest side they can, he feels they should probably beat us, but it'll be close. But he said if you play the kids and we're as physical as we can be, we'll probably be able to bully them out of it a little bit. I did make the point of he was asking what do we play, and I said, well, if you believe the opposition managers will be taken to the field with hobnail boots and stamping on your broken bones. I said it's not like that. We are big, and I'm sorry if any of the boys listen, but we're big and ugly side to play against, but it's not a dirty side and we can proper mix it up. But yeah, it should be a good one. They'll definitely be up for it and motivated, especially with the one game for Wembley and Bruce and Matt making it clear all season this is what we would really love as a trip to Wembley. I think we'll definitely have a few extra tickets sold for that one. But yeah, I'm not doing predictions, but I've said it should be a close game. Hopefully we'll come out of it in a win, or it could be a penalties.
Yeah, could go to penalties. I think that would be my guess. It's going to be close, and if it goes to penalties, we'd take that. You know, a bit of a lottery.
Watch us go up there now and stuff them like 4-0 or something stupid. all of us experts going, oh, I'll be really close. Nope. But yeah, they've definitely got one eye on the title. Although he did, there was quite a bit of conversation. I can't remember if this was included in my bit with him or his bit with me. He did kind of say that there would be a bit of tinge of disappointment if they went up to the Championship, because he would miss League One. He said it's a lot, as you go up, it's a lot less friendly. The other teams and the oppositions, he said it's just the fun gets taken out of it a little bit the further you go up, which obviously we have to be quite mindful of ourselves. We don't want the fun to disappear.
No. I mean, if we were to, we're all dreaming of could we go up? Could we make it in the League One? But it would be so tough, wouldn't it, if we did? But it doesn't stop us wanting to get there.
No, I mean the real benefit, if you like, is, as someone said, it would guarantee us at least 3 years league football.
I'd hate it to be a Yeovil though and then plummet.
I genuinely don't think it will ever happen, only because we might slightly decline over the years, but I don't think we'll plummet in just successive seasons and stuff. I just think it's just not going to be our style, especially as Matt's going to sign a 50-year contract. And Bruce will be walking in as soon as we're at Wembley before we go on, going, "No, Matt, just sign this, don't worry." But yeah, looking forward to it, and it should be an absolute good game, and hopefully, because I'm going up there, good atmosphere. But talking of atmosphere, I don't know if you've seen it, but there was a little bit of talk on the Facebook page asking about sort of what can we do, how can we get a bit more of an atmosphere going on at home. I did mention it to you, Paul, on Saturday about obviously with Bradford going to come down with possibly over 1,000 of them. It's going to clearly make a lot more noise than us. And I know you were involved years and years and years back when we were trying to get a bit of an atmosphere going. But what kind of things can we do? Because I mean, we all have our own spot, as I'm well documented. I have my own spot, and I know everyone has their own spot. But it's what kind of things can we do? Can we try to get things going?
Yeah, I mean, us lot that we used to stand on the shoebox at one point, move round behind the goal many years ago to try and help with the atmosphere. But yeah, we do generally try to leave it to a lot of the youngsters now are all getting on a bit. So we are kind of leaving it to the youngsters now. I don't know if something needs to change on that front. It's down to the people who want to sing need to congregate, don't they? They need to get behind the goal there, get under a bit of roof, and try and generate the noise. So it just needs a gathering. It needs everyone to sort of come together, and if whoever wants to be making the noise, they can just all get behind the goal and get involved, join in.
Yeah, I think I do remember the sort of handing of the baton almost over to the youth.
Yeah.
But even then, there's some of the grumpiness of the elders go, "Oh, you can't sing that. You shouldn't sing that," and it gets a bit of a division, a bit difficult sometimes. But without being as cringy as it sounds, and I said it does sound really sad, but do we need to say this is a designated area, and therefore the people that might go to games on their own, who doesn't necessarily know a lot of people, would feel comfortable going and joining in? Or even more cringy, a bit more organised, having someone actually organise it. I know that sounds awful, and I know we take the piss out of other clubs for suggesting that.
That's very Premier League, Mike.
I know. I think Bromley were talking about it.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. But what do you think, Gabriel? I mean, you kind of come into
I
the
think
library.
That, this probably will come over time, because I guess from what I read and from what I heard, that 5 years ago or 7 years ago, there was like a third of these spectators, and all the rest came in the last few years with the success of the team. So they're new supporters, just as I am. And I don't know, with time, if you get 3,000 spectators at every game for the next 5 years, it will be also the singing there.
That's a valid point. There's lots of new supporters who don't maybe know that they have the stories and the culture to sing about. It did make me laugh to hear him singing about Carshalton. I was like, what the hell are you on about? But yeah, it's a very valid point of new people needing their own identity with the club. So yeah, maybe it will just come organically without any resorting to any of those.
Yeah, and the other thing is that it should be, I don't know, 5-7 people that can be leaders of the singing, and probably this is lacking. It's only the teenagers that are going there and randomly singing.
I think that is definitely true. It does probably need a few of us. I mean, I'm such a hypocrite because I rarely join in. So it's really hypocritical to me to think, oh, we need to make some noise here. Okay, you should probably be one of those doing it as well. But I think it's easier away because we're all lumped in the same area. Whereas when you're at home, we're all dotted all over the place.
There was great singing at Leeton. That recalls me.
Yeah, that's because they were rude to us a couple of times as well. Can't remember what they were doing.
Yeah, you'll be starting songs up at Wigan, no doubt, Mike.
No. We'll quietly go, I can't believe where I am. I'm lost. I don't know where I am. Is there a phone signal up here? I can't. But no, that is a perfect, gents. It was a really, really good one. Thank you very much for your time always. Thanks for chatting to me. I think we managed to cover everything somehow, stumbled through it. That's amazing.
Good to see the new stand open as well, by the way. I don't think we mentioned that.
Say that again, sorry?
Good to see the new stand open on a small scale yesterday.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see I think on tomorrow, Monday, they are starting to take the terrace out, aren't they, and extend that and do what they're doing with that. So
yeah, AB was saying they'd hoped to get the TARDIS side ready, but it won't be ready now.
Yeah.
So I think the stands coming out and Tranmere will have both sets of seating only, and then Bradford. They hope for it all to be ready by Bradford with the new terracing and so on.
How many can Tranmere bring then? Do we know? Probably only
So it's going to be all the seats there, which was 280 something, I think, and then I think it's similar in the other stand, or 230 something.
Yeah.
So it's going to be slightly reduced, which is just one of those things.
Premier have been to our place a few times. It's not like a club coming for the first time and everyone wants to come.
Yeah,
a lot. Yeah. They've been sort of not half a dozen times, but 2 or 3 times, no doubt. So,
and wouldn't say this normally, but the Tranmere lot are decent fans. Yeah. So to be honest, if they snuck in our end, I don't think it'd be the end of the world. To be honest,
they might be looking for a bit of revenge as well after we nicked.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They were one of the clubs that when they came down to National League, just kind of went, "We're here because we deserve to be here."
Yeah,
they embraced it. So yeah, they're all right. I like the Tranmere fans.
No, I do. Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah, so if anyone at the club's listening, just let them buy tickets wherever they like. Yeah, good stand. And also, just got to mention, if anyone hasn't seen it yet, get to Twitter, follow Amber Salamander, and have a look at her cake for her birthday. She's made a birthday cake in the shape of the ground, and it looked amazing. My sugar levels spiked a little bit, but I was just looking at it. But yeah, it's very talented and by all accounts very, very tasty as well, although she said she didn't want to cut it up and eat it. But yeah, it looked really, really good. But yeah, no, the new stand looked good. There was again conversation about changing the seats on the main stand to yellow. I stand by my position. That will look lovely for photos when it's empty, but when people's bums are sitting on the seats, it makes no difference whatsoever what colour it is.
No.
But yeah, I'm sure it will look we on brand eventually.
Yeah.
Everything will be nice and yellow and brown, same as everything in my life. But yeah, thank you very much, gents. And thanks everyone for listening. Please do share the podcast. Please review it if you can. Any comments, drop me an email, mike@suttonpodcast.com, or on any of the socials. I do try and answer anything. Don't abuse me because I don't like it. No one abuses, that's wrong. I did leave myself open for an attack the other day, almost, because I was taking a piss out of someone's away record, and then I was like, yeah, you don't go to many away games, don't mock someone who does. But there was one other conversation which I will bring up in a future one. It was Mark who was talking to me about his away record, especially with his flag that he bought 25 years ago or something. And he said it's never seen a victory in all the times he's dragged it around the country. So at a future episode, we will talk about different people's superstitions and bad luck. So just think of those for next time you guys are on. I'll probably be making you say them. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.